Hi, everybody. Welcome to Magic Universe. This is the August 2020 Spiritual Guidance Pick a Card reading. And actually, I've discovered recently that all of my readings, and maybe even everybody else's readings, are timeless, which totally makes sense because if you feel drawn to something, say any video or book or whatever, you're drawn to it because it's a vibrational match to you, and there's a message in there for you that resonates with you. So, anytime you feel an inclination toward one of the readings that were done before for another month, go ahead and watch it to see if there's a message in there that answers some question that you're having, and just adjust the time period to the time that you're watching it. I'm still going to read specifically for the month that's coming up, so this one is for August. But I'm also going to label it timeless. So if at another time you feel drawn to watch it again and maybe pick a different group or even the same group, there will be a message for you there that resonates with you at that time. I do also find that a lot of times when I'm reading for a specific month, I'll get a message within that reading that it extends beyond that time frame too. And I'll tell you that within that reading. So just play around with it, see if it works for you. It's definitely working for me, and I'm also testing this with other people's readings too. So that's totally awesome. Anyway, if you're interested in a personal reading or energy alignment, go to my website at magicuniverse.co. That's .co, and you can book a session there. There's a link below for that too. Thank you. So here we have three groups. Group 1 is vibrating at a light peach. Group 2 is vibrating at light pink with a white diamond shape in the middle. And group 3 is vibrating at lavender with some violet blue at the bottom. Take a moment to see which color you feel you're vibrating at right now. And click on the timestamp in the description box below to go to your reading. I'll see you there. Hi, Group 1. If you pick the light peach color, this is your reading. So this totally looks like, that turn that frown upside down message. This spread looks exactly like that because it talks about moving past this energy of not feeling so great. If you look at the Three of Swords, it's it's raining, it's cloudy, it's heartbreak, it's complaining, like with the dead fish and everything. It's just not a happy picture, right? And it's about moving beyond that in the month of August, and turning it around and using your magic and the magician to recreate yourself with the new life card, to really rebirth yourself into a more magical vibration where you're looking forward to better things, creating new things, which you see in the 2 and 3 of Wands, where there's like more rainbows, there's more adventure, there's more positive expectations, positive, it's more forward looking. And the energy that I see you turning away from, it could be that you have some people in your life that are of the Three of Swords vibration, where maybe they're kind of grumpy, maybe they're kind of complainy and always like cloudy day, like pessimistic type of people. And I find it interesting that there's 3 frogs in the Three of Swords, and then also in the 3 fates, there's 3 girls there, right? And in the three fates, where it says what comes around, one of the girls is actually holding a pair of scissors, ready to snip the thread. And I feel like this is talking about if there's any kind of people with that kind of energy around you, and you're feeling like, okay, I'm done with this energy already, that it's time to snip that cord. Snip that cord and move on to a new phase in your life where you're deciding to just turn over a new leaf, like a new life where you're rebirthing yourself, you're hatching a new you. And you're pretty much saying goodbye to that lower vibration, that lower energy that you don't want to create from anymore. And in the Can You Hear Me card, when you cut cords with somebody like that, they'll feel it like energetically. They'll be like, "Oh, you're something's missing," and they'll think of you, and they won't know exactly why, you know, they're thinking of you or why they're wanting to contact you again, but they might contact you like in that Can You Hear Me card, like, hey, how you doing, what's up, and because they feel, where's that energy that I used to be connected to, it's like somehow it's missing, it's not there anymore, and they want to feel that familiarity of you being there, and so Spirit is calling you that if you're really wanting to start your new life and to really be in a more positive state, to, I mean, it's up to you whether you want to answer that call again, right? When I do healings for people and I cut cords between them and any relationship that they don't want to have anymore, I tell them, ahead of time, like these people are gonna know, like some vibrationally, they're gonna feel something missing and they're gonna contact you, and then it's up to you whether you want to reconnect with them or not, because all healings are self healings, right? So it is up to you whether you want to keep that energy in your space. But I see here in this spread that your spirit is really really wanting you to have this new life and to start fresh in this new vibration where you're the magician of your life, where you're creating your life the way you want it to be, in a more positive vibration, in a more forward looking state of mind rather than looking into the past. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing for you, Group 1, in August 2020. Have a good one. If you enjoyed this reading, you can click like and subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video with your friends. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, Group 2. If you picked the light pink with the diamond shape in it, this is your reading. And that was actually very unique way of presenting your vibration in that diamond shape. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Also, when I was looking at your color, your vibration, there was some kind of black, sooty energy that you're releasing, and kind of like emerging in that diamond pink energy. So when your cards came out, I'm like, oh, okay, that totally makes sense, because you have the rebirth card and then also you have the releasing of the tower. So that's great. And also another interesting thing that happened in picking your cards is that the Knight of Pentacles popped out, and I put it back in the deck because I wasn't sure. And then when I picked, it was the Knight of Pentacles. And that happens a lot. Like, if I'm unsure of something and I put it back in, either that card will come out, or if it's, if it's meant to be, right, if that is the message, or it'll come out of another deck or something like that. Because the same thing happened with the Queen of Swords. It didn't really fly out, it just kind of like fell, and then I put it back in the deck, and then when I picked Deep Knowing, it was the same message. So I just put the Queen of Swords out for you guys too. So that's why you guys have so many cards. So yeah, but the message is very clear. So it talks about you've been working on something, juggling something. Maybe some of you have been working two jobs, or you're just like dealing with a lot of stuff, or trying to figure out something. There's something that you've been focusing on and working on, and Spirit really wants you to understand that you are making progress, because that Knight of Pentacles is like boom twice, and you're almost there. In the nine of wands, it shows you that you're close to completion. You're almost there, and to persevere, keep going, because both the Knight of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands talks about that, to persevere, and that you're almost there, you're making progress, and don't worry about the pace of it, the if it's happening really slow or that it's been taking a long time. Don't worry about any of that. There is a message coming to you in the Knave of Chalices, which is the Page of Cups. And I feel like that message is going to come to you as a sign from Spirit, as a sign from the universe, from the deep knowing, and also the Queen of Swords. It's something that you're going to receive either directly with claircognizance. That's the psychic ability of being able to just receive messages, receive a deep knowing just inside yourself as an energy, and translating it that way. And looking at the deep knowing card, that owl with that kind of squinty face, it looks like once you receive this knowing, you're going to have this kind of sense that, oh, I knew this. I knew this before, but it's kind of like re-knowing something that you already knew, and like a re-emphasis on it. And sometimes that happens when your energy blends with your spirit's energy, and you and spirit become one. There's a knowing that happens within you as a human consciousness, and it will feel like, I've always known this. And the reason why you get that feeling is because your spirit has always known it. But as a human, sometimes when you're not as connected to spirit, you kind of forget all of the wisdom and all of the deep knowledge that you really have, because you are a very ancient being, you know. As a spirit, you are a very ancient being, and you know a lot. And you have like view of the biggest picture, right? And so when your vibration matches that of spirit and you become one with spirit, now all of a sudden you know what spirit knows. And it's like, oh, I've always known this. And I feel like you're going to get that kind of revelation, or that kind of like a claircognizance moment of receiving that message. And that's what's going to cause that change in the tower, where it's like, oh, wait a minute, I'm seeing things clearly for the first time. Like the tower next to the Queen of Swords, I'm having clarity for the first time of this whole situation. And this almost feels like an awakening of some sort that you're going to have in August. And beyond. I'm sensing also September, but it's going to change the way you view your physical life, or some situation, some physical situation that's in your life right now. And it's really going to change things around, like, because the tower talks about a sudden change, yeah, a sudden change. And then like Wheel of Fortune also talks about change, and it's turning for the better. It's turning, like you're having a full rebirth, and you're just gonna view things from a completely different perspective, because now you're seeing things from spirit's point of view. And perhaps you're somebody who's been struggling in physical life, and then now you're having this kind of like epiphany or spiritual awakening, and it's been a long time coming, and you've been wanting answers for a lot of things, and finally this answer is coming. And it's going to change the way you look at everything in your life. That's what it feels like. And now looking back at that, the color that I was seeing you at with a diamond shape in it, like releasing the soot, the what it looks like is like, if you've ever done any art drawing classes when they make you use charcoal to draw. It's that powdery charcoal. That's kind of what it looks like, that you're releasing from your space, and emerging in that star, in that diamond shape. That actually shows exactly what I was just talking about, this awakening, this rebirth, this changing of the perspective of the physical either into the spiritual, or having a complete different view of your physical life or your physical situation. There's an extra message for some of you in the rebirth card. If you look at her face, like half of her face is like skeleton and half of her face is this gorgeous woman, right? And I feel like some of you who've been thinking about or looking at your own, or considering your own sense of beauty, I feel like with this rebirth, with this awakening, that you're going to look at your beauty in a different way. You're going to see the beauty there. You're going to either have some kind of glow up, or you're going to just view yourself in a different way, where you see the beauty that you haven't seen before. And so that's just an extra message for some of you. And by you being able to see the beauty that's in you, it's going to actually manifest into more beauty. So that's a good thing. That's awesome. All right, group 2, that is your reading for August 2020. If you enjoyed this reading, you can click like and subscribe if you haven't already, and also share this video with your friends. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Bye. Hi, group 3. If you picked this lavender color with the violet blue, this is your message. And I feel like this is for a longer term than this month. I feel like this is kind of like a message for your life kind of deal. Because it's talking about the connection between the state of sadness and the state of happiness, and the state of conflict and the state of being in harmony and having everything. It's talking about that equation, like how one thing leads to the other. And so basically, if you're in that state of like in the orphaned card right now, where things aren't really working out, or they haven't been, and you're feeling alone, and you're feeling just kind of like downtrodden, and just not doing so well, like emotionally and maybe even physically, just not in a great state. And Spirit is telling you that here's how it's connected to all the stuff that you're creating for yourself, that you want in your life, like all the happiness and the joy and the abundance and prosperity and all of that. How the universe expands, and how things are created on the physical realm, or just in the entire universe, is that in every subject, and Abraham-Hicks talks about this. So if you want to go check out their website, I'll link it below, and check out their teachings. They talk about how things are created in the universe, and how with every subject, say if we're talking about just emotions in general, right? So say you're feeling sad. So in feeling sad, vibrationally, you are creating a state of happiness that your spirit automatically becomes. Like, spirit isn't just feeling happy. Spirit has become the joy, has become the vibration of happiness, like the exact opposite of whatever state to begin with. The exact opposite of it on the positive end is created. And so any kind of conflict that you're going through in your life right now, where either things aren't working out, or just you're not feeling great or anything like that, as a whole, in the bigger picture, you're actually creating the exact opposite of it, vibrationally, in what Abraham calls your vibrational vortex, which is just a state of being like, because everything in the universe is energy before it becomes physical manifestation, right? So everything that you're feeling and living and stuff on the physical realm right now, however you're feeling about it, you're creating an improved, a wanted state vibrationally in energy form, and then you can focus in that direction and then manifest it onto the physical realm so that you can experience it on the physical realm. And that's how everything works. And if you go check out their teachings, you'll have a more longer, better explanation of how that is. But that is what this spread is about. That if you're feeling in that not so great state, it's connected to the happiness that you have already created for yourself that exists in vibrational form, and you can get to that state of happiness and a state of abundance and prosperity and everything that you want physically manifested onto the physical realm when you're able to let go of the orphaned energy and just focus in that direction of being happy. But I think this reading is more about just letting you know the process of creation so that you understand the bigger picture of how everything has value. So any state that you're at, even if it's not what you want right now, that in itself has value because it's creating the state that you do want to be in an energy form. And because of the way this spread is laid out, I'm seeing that you will be able to manifest it in your lifetime. The timing of it isn't shown here, but Spirit wants you to know, to be able to see the big picture of it first, to understand how the process works, and once you understand the value of everything that you're going through, the connection of everything, and you see that, oh, energetically, I have already created this life that I've been asking for, and it exists already in vibrational form. Once you understand that process, that equation, it's like just being able to understand the value of every part of life that is lived has value. Because I think a lot of times people question suffering and they question why bad things happen. And once you resolve that conflict within yourself and understand how the bad things are connected to the good things, how the bad creates the good, then you'll open this door that will allow in all of the things that you've been asking for in your life. And just like, because the Empress is about the good life, and the King of Pentacles is about living that stability, that prosperity of having everything on the physical material realm. It's like once you understand how everything is created in the physical realm, and you understand that whole process, then you'll be able to let it in. And I feel like there's a lot of forward motion in the Chariot, of, oh, now I get how everything works. And I no longer have that conflict within myself about why, is there all this suffering? Why is there all these bad things happening in the world? Like, if you understand the why, then that opens the gate to allow all of the good things that you've already created to come into your physical realm. And that's like the really, really big picture. And I feel like because you're receiving this message through this reading right now, and you've probably been asking this question for a long time, and once you understand it, not just through this reading, but then also through other information that's going to come in to you, because by law of attraction, if you receive one one answer there, and you kind of like focus on it, the universe is going to bring you even more explanations and more answers. And just in you understanding this whole big picture, it's going to allow in the life that you've been asking for. So that's really cool. I see a lot of forward motion on this, on the physical realm. Like once you open that gate and you start allowing everything in on the physical realm, that there's a lot of forward motion in that. So this is a really deep message. But yeah, it looks really good. It looks like you will understand this concept, and it will create a change in your life and create a lot of forward motion in your life and allow everything in. So that's really cool. So that's your reading for August 2020 and beyond. Yeah, if you like this reading, click like and subscribe if you haven't already. Share this video with your friends. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.